Today I'm going to address neck pain during training and how you can avoid it. Roll it! What's the crack, my happy face pullers? Your host Detox, certified personal trainer trying to change people's lives for the better through strength and fitness. There could be many reasons why your neck might hurt. I'm not a doctor and I'm not here to diagnose where the underlying cause of your neck problem is, but as a personal trainer, I think this video could be of great value to you as you might learn something about yourself that you didn't know or you never pay attention to. After many years working with clients, I've identified some common mistakes beginner trainees tend to make during workouts that could further aggravate an existing pain in the neck and upper back area. And this is not what training is supposed to do. In fact, when performed correctly, training and stretching are effective tools to lessen the nagging discomfort and stiffness in your neck muscles, upper trapezius, and shoulders. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the 3 poor postural habits that you could be repeating over and over during training without even realizing it. The first one is to lead with your neck. Also known as the gooseneck, this ingrained habit is more common than you think, and it's done in gyms and parks all around the world. There are 2 main reasons why people stick out their neck in this fashion during exercises. The first one is physiological, and it boils down to insufficient physical strength for the specific movement being performed. The natural response of our body is to use all compensations available to complete difficult exercises with the least possible effort. In the particular case of the gooseneck, this phenomenon happens to cheat ourselves into thinking that we are able to do the repetition. Let's not forget that we humans are a species that heavily relies on our sense of vision. Therefore, bringing our eyes closer to the end point makes us believe that the work is over and the repetition has been completed. And the easiest way to create this visual illusion is by simply sticking out our neck in this goofy manner. At the end of the day, all you do is to shorten the range of motion of the exercise, thus making the movement easier. Not great if you want to make progress in your training. The second reason why you lead with your neck is more social and psychological. We humans do everything in our power to hide any shortcomings to other members of the community to avoid projecting an image of weakness and helplessness. Thus, we would typically use multiple shortcuts to mask a discouraging reality about ourselves and how this can be perceived from the outside by others. The correct movement pattern you want to ingrain in your training moving forward is to lead with your chest instead of your neck. This slight change will make a world of difference. You're finally going to reap the full benefit of the exercise because you now make sure that you complete the hardest part of the movement you were previously skipping. The other immediate improvement you'll notice is that you will no longer strain your neck forward multiple times during the workout, something you really want to avoid if you already have pain around your neck and upper back. So, how do you make sure that you lead with your chest when performing exercises? The key here is scapular depression and retraction. In order for you to stick out your chest, you need to retract the muscles attached to your scapular bones as if you were trying to pin your shoulder blades down and together. This cue I'm giving you here is, in my opinion, one of the most valuable lessons you can learn as a beginner. Not only will scapular strength or lack thereof have a significant impact on your performance during training, but strong scapular muscles will also greatly improve your posture and the structural integrity of your upper back and neck. Not to mention that the risks of injury during training will be significantly higher if your scapular muscle group is weak, as I'll show you later on in this video. Quick break. If you want me to make a video on how to strengthen the scapular group, please type scapula in the comment section down below and give me a thumbs up. That way I'll know that you are interested in finding out more about this topic. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel. Back to the video. The second bad habit many people have is the inability to dissociate their effort from neck tension. thus putting their neck in very unnatural positions. You might be wondering right now why in the world I'm playing these silly clips where I have this excessive and unnecessary extension at the neck. Well, because this is what many people do in training. As long as we stay in a standing position, we're all good. But the moment we put our bodies in angles other than perpendicular to the ground, then this poor postural habit makes a hell of an appearance. Let me make clear that this unnecessary extension at the neck is not exclusive to inexperienced lifters. Advanced trainees with many years of training under their belts continue to repeat this habit. They might get away with it because the muscles that support their cervical discs, scapula, and shoulders are strong enough. However, if you've had a rather sedentary lifestyle with little to no resistance training experience, then you can't afford to do this at the gym. Especially if you spend many hours every day seated at your desk staring at a computer screen or your cell phone. Because reality is that this additional strain in your neck will catch up with you sooner rather than later. If you decide to start your journey with fitness and training, please be aware of how your neck displays during exercises. Pay attention to that. Do yourself a favor. Neck pain could be excruciating and you want to avoid that. The last postural mistake many beginners make in training is the shrug. The underlying cause of this inefficient habit is a combination of poor body awareness and scapular weakness. If your form looks like this during the execution of exercises, you are robbing yourself from making progress in your strength and muscle gains. When you shrug up your shoulders and elevate your scapula, you are essentially preventing your muscles from reaching full contraction. This is very common during pulling movements like pull-ups and inverted rows. But many novice lifters will also make this mistake when doing pressing exercises like the overhead press or push-ups. They associate scapular elevation with muscular tension without realizing the mechanical disadvantage they are putting themselves in by shrugging up their trapezius. This very inefficient muscular contraction around the cervical area fails to support and protect your neck. What you need to learn instead is to put your scapula in a strong and safe position so that you can get the full benefit of the exercise without compromising the integrity of the area. These two cues you see me do here in the rear shot will take us back to the tip I gave you prior. A leading chest is the visual cue you want to strive for at the anterior side of your body, because that way you will have corrected what's happening at the posterior side, meaning your upper back, both scapula depression and retraction. Without getting too much off topic, another consequence of shrugging up your traps in this manner is that you're putting your shoulders in a very unsafe position. By letting your shoulders roll forward, you're essentially forcing them into internal rotation, which could cause a painful impingement in the tendons of your shoulder. So remember to pin your shoulder blades down and together if you want to allow your upper back muscles to contract better, provide stability around your neck, and keep your shoulders safe. Look, my neck feels pretty rough from all these videos, so the only way to alleviate the pain is by smashing the like button. But in all seriousness, I had a very rigid and stiff feeling around my neck and traps in the following 24 hours after taking all these shots. It kind of hurt. And if it hurts to me, imagine what it could do to the typical beginner in the gym. I can do 10 plus strict pull-ups and deadlift more than double my body weight. I'm not telling you this to brag about my level of strength, which is not really that impressive by YouTube standards. If recording these videos was a painful experience to me, and those exercises weren't really that hard, I was just doing some push-ups and bodyweight rows. Imagine what it could do to you if you haven't really built a strength foundation. You're gonna be in a world of pain, my friend. Make sure to follow the tips that I'm giving you in this video, because otherwise, you're gonna be But how do you know if you're making any of these mistakes? The best way to identify these poor postural habits that are making your neck pain worse every time you work out is by simply recording yourself doing training. Before you start a set, click on the record button of your smartphone and go for it. Once you finish the exercise and you have a chance to review the footage, see if you need to correct your technique. Alright, that's all I have for this week. I really hope you found value in this video. If you did, drop me a thumbs up, share this video with family and friends, and subscribe to the channel. And click on the notification bell so you don't miss the next time I make a fool of myself here on YouTube. Alright guys and girls, I'll see you next week. In the meantime, check out this video, you are gonna love it, and keep doing your face pulls. Be smart. Face pulls.